trying to find a place to stand where you can't see the absolute carnage that has been unleashed as I try to pack for this weekend away. Welcome. James and I are going on a little weekend adventure. We have a wedding tomorrow which is near Harrogate, so we are heading up there today. We're going to spend the day looking around Harrogate, head to our Airbnb, go to the wedding on Saturday, and then we'll probably just chill and come home on Sunday. But I thought that I would bring you along because I'm sure that we will find some bookish things to do whilst we are in Harrogate today. So yeah, thought I would bring you along for the vlog. But me packing for a wedding, there is just chaos everywhere. In terms of what I'm reading, because I'm me, and because I can't do what I'm told even when I'm the one doing the telling, and despite the fact that I have got hundreds of unread books, I'm doing a reread. I picked up a Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas. If you are not new to the channel, you will know that I have mixed feelings about Sarah J Maas's writing, but I was just really in the mood to go back into this world and see what I thought. I've never finished this series, and I just thought, I wonder if, because I'm feeling in the mood for it, I'll come at it from a slightly different perspective and maybe I'll enjoy it more. I don't know, I was just in the mood for something that's kind of binge-worthy, easy to read and a little bit dark, and this seemed to tick the boxes for me. So I have actually abandoned what I'm currently reading, which is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, and I'm going to read this instead this weekend. Not that I'm not enjoying The Hating Game, but I'm finding it for a rom-com, I'm finding it quite weighty and intense, and it's just not the vibe that I wanted this weekend. So yeah, I'm going to reread a very popular book that I had mixed feelings about the first time that I read it and see what I think, and I thought I would bring you along for the journey. So right now, any minute now, James is going to start shouting at me from downstairs to say, have I packed? Am I ready to go? We're going to be late. And I have done neither of those first two things, so I'm definitely going to contribute to the third. Good morning. It's actually Sunday morning now. We had a little bit of a chaotic time yesterday. Hopefully you'll have seen some footage of the wedding that we went to, which was really nice, but I just didn't manage to do any camera filming. But yeah, had a really good day, although quite tired this morning. Just before we head home, we're going to go into Knaresborough and meet up with my family for a couple of hours and just have a wander around there. But in terms of reading, I've actually read quite a lot of this book. I am over 200 pages in, and that's just from the short time that we've been in the Airbnb, but really pleased that I decided to reread this because it was just what I needed, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. Although there is a thing in the back of my mind that I remember the reason I didn't like it is because I liked Feyre and Tamlin in this book, and then I feel like Sarah J Maas completely assassinates Tamlin's character for no reason, so I'll be interested to see if I feel the same once I get to the end of this book. But yeah, really enjoying it. So now we are heading out. Oh goodness me, I apologise if I look hot and sticky, which is a great thought, right? It's really humid. It's actually the Monday after our weekend away, and I have been at work and it's really humid, and I think I look like it's really humid. So all of this is going on and it's great, I know. So I have finished A Court of Thorns and Roses. This was exactly what I wanted it to be. It was the perfect read. It ticked all the boxes. I think I said in one of the previous clips that I had remembered that I liked this book apart from the assassination on Tamlin's character that occurs, and as I was coming up towards the end I realised that this ends on quite a positive note, and then it's the next book that completely destroys his character. And I feel, although it will be interesting because I do want to do a reread of this, I feel that it comes out of nowhere and it comes out of the blue, and it's not really what you're expecting if you've just read this book. So yeah, I'm interested to see now how I transition, because I do like the character of Rhys. He is the morally grey character with a slightly dark side that I do look for in my fantasy. I think my issue was the way that Tamlin was set up to be one way, and Feyre is completely head over heels in love with him, and then it's like, whoops, no, he's now a really bad guy, which happens in the second book. So yeah, I finished that. Really pleased that I decided to abandon my reading plans and do the reread. But also I wanted to show you the books that I bought, because I got 4 used books, although one of them is for James, and then I got 2 new books as well while we were away. So the first one is the one that is for James. Don't know too much about it. It's Prince of Fools by Mark Lawrence. It is a Norse-inspired fantasy. I'm a liar and a cheat and a coward, but I will never ever let a friend down. Unless, of course, not letting them down requires honesty, fair play, or bravery. Not sure, this is so boring, isn't it? I'm not sure if James has ever read a Mark Lawrence before, but he picked that one up. He quite liked the sound of it. Then I picked up Home Fire by Camilla Shamsi, which is a book that I recognise because it was a Women's Prize for Fiction winner in 2018, and I really don't know that much about it. I just recognise the cover, and I think I added it to my TBR way back when it was the winner. So the tagline is, how can love survive betrayal? Happy, because it's so short, happy to go into that one fairly blind. Then I found a copy of Bellman and Black by Diane Setterfield. Diane Setterfield is one of my auto by authors. She wrote The 13th Tale and she wrote Once Upon a River, both of which I really enjoyed. So when I saw this one I decided to get it. Again, don't know too much about it. A boy takes aim at a rook with his catapult. A man weighed down by tragedy has a drunken conversation in a graveyard. A curious new shop opens in the heart of London. Quite happy again to go in blind to that one. And then one which I kind of ummed and ahed about, we have The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova, which is a retelling or a retake on Dracula. So a young woman finds an ancient book and a cachet of yellowing letters in her father's library, and that kind of sets off a series of events. And I turned to a random page, and just, that's not the page I turned to, but I turned to a random page and read it, and I just don't know if I'm going to get on with the writing style, but the premise sounded really interesting. I've never read Bram Stoker's Dracula, but the premise of this just sounded really interesting. It sounds like the kind of book I potentially will love, but then equally maybe I will hate it. I don't know. It was only £1, so I bought it secondhand. And then the final 2 books were the new books. So we have Sea Witch by Sarah Henning. This is my book club's pick for July. The theme was mythological retellings, and they picked this one. So this is the imagined origin story of the Sea Witch from Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid. So a heart-wrenching story of a girl pushed beyond her limits to become a monster. So I picked up that one, and then I kind of had to pick this version of this book up, but it is going to annoy me beyond belief that the covers are different. We have A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J Maas. This was originally marketed as a trilogy, and then there is a novella, and I think I'm right in saying that this is Nesta's story, so like the same world but a different series. It's not considered part of the same series. I don't know, but all my other books are in these covers, and then they've changed the covers, and this looks like this one, and I couldn't find this book in these covers, and I don't like them enough to buy them all new. So yeah, that's going to annoy me. But I did like this one, and I do want to finish the series, or finish the books that are kind of all set in the same world, and it's something that I'm not very good at, is completing series and that kind of thing. I do want to be better at it, so I bought it and I do want to read it, and I do like Nesta. Of all the ways that the characters' story arcs go in this world, Nesta's is one of the ones that I quite like, so I'm very interested to read this one. So yeah, they are the books that I got. There's a little book haul for you, a little impromptu book haul. And that is it. I'm going to end this vlog here. I hope that you enjoyed little snippets of our weekend. It was great. I know I didn't film much at the wedding, but obviously we were asked. It was actually an unplugged wedding, so we were encouraged not to have our phones, and the videographer and the photographer would capture everything, so I actually have that much footage. But it was really, really nice. It was such a beautiful place and such a beautiful day, and I loved it. Absolutely knackered the following day, but yeah, really, really pretty. So thank you very much for watching. If you watched it all the way to the end, as always, thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Take care, and I'll see you soon.